And,
Welcome back. Get
anyway.
into space at exactly 7 p.m. Eastern time zone.
You didn't turn on the audio, did you?
No, the audio's on. Audio's
He
on.
probably forgot to hit record.
I know. I hit record. It was just a very loud. The soundtrack was really loud. Anyway,
We start every time on time.
on time. Into space.
Every time.
DreadLore. That's what we're playing right now tonight. Featuring our cast: Bill Bunkum, Ken Howl, Daniel Hulker, Drizzle, Andrea Elliott-Johnson, and Jazzy Cabbage, as well as featuring Max tonight, as well as our score is all lowercase letters and Mr. Interrupt. Tim Roberts, Daniel is a Patreon, as well as Daniel Hulker is nostalgic. Natalia Cline. I'm just trying to do.
Why are you doing?
If we're in space, we're going warp speed. Thanks to our Patreon.
Ludicrous
folks.
speed, man.
You can visit our Patreon at patreon.com/DreadLore. Thank you to Couchfire Media and Twelve Replay
Thanks,
Productions.
Couchfire Media.
Oh, they're so good. All of them
They're so
and all
good.
the shit they do.
So good.
Subscribe today, soldiers. Subscribe and become a citizen. We got a real special night. This is episode 10 of N2 Space.
Space.
Space it up. I wanted to bring that up. What happened in the last 10 episodes? What happened
in the last 10?
Good
I
question.
want to know. I want to be caught up.
Well,
don't wanna-
thankfully
listen to all of
we do short form content, so it'd be really quick and easy to recap 10
Yeah.
episodes. Before we do that, who's our sponsor tonight, Holker?
Thank you, Mr. Arbiter. Tonight's sponsor is a pile of old tires that are currently housing a colony of spiders in someone's backyard shed. These tires have been out there so long that the entire shed smells like rubber. They have been punctured by random items over the years like rusty nails, glass shards, and the very high heels of a very angry dancer. As a result, they can no longer be attached to a car or truck. They have hit or been accomplice to hits of 3 opossums and 1 rabbit.
And acid.
Thank you, Flat Tires. Wow. You know, I forgot the sponsor the last time we played.
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
did.
Hulker
I did.
wasn't here.
No.
Isn't it called a flat tire when somebody steps on the back of your shoe while you're walking as well?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That is a flat tire. Also, when you
Yes.
fart directly in someone's mouth.
Fart
Say
directly in someone's mouth?
Excuse me, what now?
I figured that was like the megaphone. I just seen you say.
Tired, that's disease.
I don't want your food us.
Got some wrongishness in it.
Got a flat tire baby. Anyway. Thank you to Flat Tires. Let's all introduce ourselves and introduce yourself, whoever you are, your character name, and then at the top of your character sheet of that sexy DreadLore character sheet, you'll have this is your name and this is who you are and what you do and blah, blah. That little sentence. Okay, we're going to start with Drizzle.
I'm Drizzle. I am Skip Trace, who is a grunt who follows orders.
Andrea
Elliott-Johnson, and I am playing Katrina Telmuth, who is a, let's just say a Martian princess turned mercenary. How about that? I feel like that's a good tagline for her.
Hulker.
My name is Daniel Hulker, and I am playing Private Burgess. Private Burgess had some really good ideas, but then he cryo-slept on them and can't remember any of them.
Oh, Burgess.
Ken.
I'm Ken Howl, and I'm playing First Lieutenant, 2nd grade Dolby Newman, who survives at all costs.
Cherokee Sue.
Well, hello. I am Jazzy, the jazziest cabbage that you know. I am playing Cherokee Sue. Did I get demoted last time? Am I still a sergeant?
You
No,
did
you're
get
not.
promoted.
You're
Yeah,
a
I
private
got
first
promoted.
class.
Yeah, you said a bunch of things happened and while I was in cryosleep. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if I caused some shenanigans and then took a nap for a year.
You were demoted. Everyone was demoted to private, like second class, and then you were given a promotion to private first class when you got your mission.
Oh, how adorable! I get a little extra chevron.
Right, and tell a little bit about Cherokee really quick.
Yeah, so Cherokee Sue is a door kicker who is seeking justice.
Fuck yeah, Max.
Hey, I'm Max. I'm playing Silas. I am a sniper who completes contracts.
I love it. I love it. All right, so Silas is in the Marine, the Prime Marine Corps. Prime being the new name for Earth. It's like 400 or 500 years into the future. Kind of think of Starship Troopers meets Aliens meets The Expanse. Into space, the world. It's about 400 or 500 years in the future. Prime is ruled by the SSA. It's essentially a fascist regime. And you guys are the Marines. So Silas, you'll be a private first class as well.
Okay.
Actually, fuck that. You'll be a corporal. Haha.
Okay.
Haha.
That will not bother me at all. Not one bit.
That's maybe why I did it. But also, story reasons. So, this is what happened.
What happened?
Dolby Newman is your all's commander, your first lieutenant. At the time, this has been a while back. At the time, you guys were a big old fire team, and you were sent on a mission to a place called Whisper Base. Way
We
out.
got that up, didn't we?
Well, we're getting there. That's why everybody was demoted. And why Nathan spent about 2 sessions complaining about it. But as Cherokee,
Of course.
you went to Whisper Base, and you were given a mission. Essentially, hey, go there, find out what's going on. You find out what's going on. You realize that they're making true AI. Now, in the SSA, the Sol System Authority, the big SSA, it is no coincidence that it's called the SSA, by the way. Anyway, true AI is not even theorized. That's like you put Earth in the center of the universe, right? Like Galileo style, like you don't want to be burned as a witch. There's no such thing as true AI. It's not possible. No way. Artificial intelligence, it's never happened. It's dangerous. It's a bad idea. You probably shouldn't talk about it. That's like being communist in America, or like socialist or something. You don't want to do that. It's not even possible anyway, according to the SSA. And this is the propaganda. There's a thing called RI, robotic intelligence. And it's not sentient. No, it's just a computer that sounds sentient, all right? And they have a governor on them. Well, it turns out you get to Whisper Base, and not only do you find a big box called Black Box, I stole that from Halo, which is true AI, but it has created synths, or replicants, if you will. You guys murder everybody. You then, leaving orbit, nuke the motherfucker. Okay? Not before you
Yeah, I remember that.
Not before you steal Black Box and roll the fuck home. Okay. In this world, the way the science works, the pseudoscience, I'm gonna throw down some math really quick. You guys can travel a maximum speed of impulse. About a quarter of impulse. So about a quarter of the speed of light. That's about as fast as you can go. However, the way you do that is you use these solar light sails. There's pseudoscience in here, just go with it. You sail space. So the light sails, they use solar winds to go, which means if you're not near a star, you're in the doldrums. Okay? Now, going a quarter speed of light does not take you very far, very fast. Turns out, at some point in your history, you found these gravity eddies. And essentially what that means is, it's kind of like natural folds in space, so you can get 10 light years, but it actually only takes you 2.5 light years. Going a quarter the speed of light, you get where I'm going with this? You're going a quarter the speed of light, but you're going a quarter of the distance. So, you can basically travel the speed of light. That's the idea. So, pseudoscience out the window, you basically travel the speed of light. However, because of the way that it's orchestrated, the time dilation is not awful. Conclusion, the TLDR, which I should have probably said first. If something is 10 light years away, it takes you 10 years to get there. And you experience 10 years yourself. People back home experience a little bit more, maybe like 10.5 years. That's the way it works. Okay? Well, you go into cryo sleep to do these long journeys. You guys did this. Takes you like 40 years to do this entire mission. You come back, it's 40 years later, because it was 20 years out, 20 years back. Politics have changed somewhat. There's been this explosion they know on Whisper Base, and you all are the scapegoats. So, you're sent back to Prime, which is a pretty big deal. Prime is like it's Earth. It's a rich planet, right? You get sent back there, and you get sent back to boot camp, aka re-education. This is the beginning of session 1. You all asked for this. All right. You meet back up as you're being sent with Dolby, again, Lieutenant Dolby, Ken's character, to Apollonia Station. This is one of the space stations around Mars. Apollo, Mars, Apollonia. Get it? Okay. Does everybody get it? Okay. All right. Everybody's muted, so I can't hear you.
Yeah, I was like, we're trying not to interrupt. You're on a.
We're using our live to direct people to your live, so we're muting when we're talking to it.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, it's a TikTok.
So
Apollonia Station, yeah.
Apollonia Station. Apollonia 4, actually. Regardless, on your way, what happens? But you get a mission from Lieutenant Calabash, who is Dolby Newman's superior officer. Calabash says, hey, look, an incident has occurred on the moon, on Lunia. And the thing is, it can't be known. It's a Black Ops mission. You guys are the rejects. You're the fucking dirty dozen. Essentially, you thought you were going to be sent off into space somewhere in like an asteroid belt. Turns out, no. You actually did get the job done on Whisper Base. Now, as you've been publicly screwed over and your scapegoats, they're like, okay, we can use you for Black Ops missions. And that's the entire premise of this. Boom, you go to the moon, you do the mission, it's all good, boom. That's the first session. Actually, the first 2 or 3 sessions. Next, Calabash gives you another mission at Apollonia Station. Says, hey, look, there is a colony, a rogue colony. It's a proximal colony, which means it's within-ish 10 light years of the solar system. Colony is called Novus Prime. Now, the colony is on Novus Terra. Okay? So Novus Prime is the system. Novus Terra is the moon where the colony is. What has happened? They've decided they're not a part of the SSA anymore. They're a backwater colony, and you guys are going to be sent. They're 10 light years away. So it's a long haul, but if you do this, and you come back, and everything's gravy, then you probably are going to be reinstated as, your names are cleared, that kind of. Okay. Turns out, though, as you make your leapfrog to Neptune Station, the edge of the solar system, you guys start finding out some weird things. For example, turns out that Novus Terra had a coup d'etat and seceded from the SSA. But that happened like 10, 15 years ago. So the question is, why didn't the SSA do something about it before now? That's the main idea. There's all this on Neptune Station, a big explosion occurs, all kinds of like, hey, who's after us? Is everything on the up and up? Dolby decides, fuck it. We're shooting off into space. We're going to go complete our mission. Along the way, you picked up, I should say, at Neptune Station, you picked up the late, great Amelia Duststone, Sergeant, and Martian, who was working for one of the most prestigious, maybe the wrong word, most lauded officials of the SSA, a woman named Ava Cyrus. Well, the thing is, Dolby had this suspicion that Ava Cyrus might be working for the big bad terrorists known as the Clad. And that Duststone was working for Ava Cyrus, so maybe she's involved. So, when your RI, your ship's RI, Alfred, wakes you all up in the middle of your cryosleep, in the middle of your journey, and says, hey, there's a problem going on, you guys need to fix it. Oh, by the way, Dolby, Duststone was lying to you. Dolby pulls out his laser sword and cuts her in fucking half. That's about the time that you pick up Katrina Telmus, who was in cryosleep, and her ship got attacked by pirates, because you guys are actually nearing the Novus Prime system. There's a question, why are pirates out here? What the fuck happened? What's going on? You don't know, it's all bedlam. Duststone's head is literally flying in space that way. Katrina Telmus wakes up, she's like, oh, by the way, I'm a Martian princess. Lots of crazy. You guys get back in to cryosleep. You finally are getting Novus Prime. Just kidding. Archangel decides to play a game because he's one of the 6th house mages of the Kickstarter that made DreadLore a thing. So I'm like, yeah, man, let's fucking rock and roll. So you stop again on your way to Novus Prime because now you've found the pirate ship that did all the pirating. What happened to the pirate ship? Well, as Archangel, who's a trans-dimensional archangel who can literally go through dimensions, as he gets sucked into a trans-dimensional vortex of some sort and appears in your world, he slams in to the pirate ship like a bullet and disables it. Because I'm clever, and this made sense. So, you pick up the 3 pirates, or I should say the 2 pirates, and their prisoner, a guy named Wilhelm Vesper, who's a really weird-looking guy. You find out he's a Voidborn, and he's a netic, cybernetic. They're called netics. If you have more than 40-some-odd% of cybernetics in you, you are called a netic, and you're no longer considered human. You're no longer considered a Zen. You don't have any rights anymore in the SSA. Okay, so you pick them up. You pick up Archangel. You get back in the ship. You go to Cryo. You get finally to Novus Prime system. This is a few sessions ago. Everybody with me?
Mhm.
All right. When you get to Novus Prime, you find out, or you realize, you see, there are 2 stars in the system, binary stars. There's a gas giant, Novus Prime, this massive gas giant, because it's massive, it's a gas giant. orbiting the gas giant, one of its moons, is Novus Terra. Okay. That's where the colony is, the Novus Terra colony. See, it's clever. Novus Terra colony. The people that colonized Novus Terra, they likely did this with 2 military capital ships. They did this 200 years ago. They've been there a while. All right? Lots of stuff has changed. Your RI Alfred thinks that there's probably 16,000, 20,000 people there, depending. You haven't had a lot of intel on them. You do realize that they're not really off the beaten path that much. And what were they doing? Well, Novus Terra is very rich in cobalt as well as copper. These things are important. Okay? So why would they secede from the SSA? Who could they be dealing with? Who knows? All these questions abound when you see one of the capital ships. And Dolby says, shoot it! So you guys run up and you shoot it. Pretty much almost disable this capital ship. They chase you with their starfighters. Katrina Telmus throws down loads of maneuvering. You guys are flying in a gunboat, okay? It's a gunboat you named the Cool Mint. So you're in the Cool Mint, and the Cool Mint is outfitted with a Mark V gravity drive. What that means is this, because they're very, very rare, only military grade. Hey, Black Ops people, Special Ops, get it. What it means is you basically have hyperspace. We'll just say that. You can just go light speed. It's dangerous. It uses a lot of fuel cells, whatever. Katrina Telmus is kicking ass on this fucking Mark V gravity drive, zipping around. Doop, 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 doop. You guys using subterfuge and tactics. And you do what all good science fiction does. You hide from the enemy fleet of one in the magnetic pole of the gas giant. Because no one ever looks there. You send out a little buoy. And you try to message them. You do. Katrina says, hey, listen, my family is really fucking rich. I'm a Telmus. We're basically bad guys. Dolby says, hey, look, all we want is you to say you're a part of the SSA. And we can just do it. We can do a broker a deal here. So, we'll do this backyard. Is that backyard deal? Backwater deal? What?
Backdoor deal.
The old backdoor deal.
Backwards.
The backdoor deal.
The DoorDash deal.
The DoorDash deal that you make with, or you attempt to make with, the leader of Novus Terra, Confucius, is sell the Katrina Telmus, and she is a part of the SSA, so you guys are basically in SSA, and everything's fine, you guys can leave. And they're like, right, we're gonna blow you up. So, through your sensors, you see the other capital ship, 200 years old, rising out of the atmosphere. Now, I should mention something first. Capital ship number 1, when Dolby ordered you guys to attack it and try to disable it, which you didn't disable it, but you heard it. He spoke to the captain of that ship, and he found out something very important, and that is, turns out, you all are not the first SSA Marines that have come to the system. To be like, hey, you gotta be part of the SSA, y'all. Now, a little bit of nomenclature. You guys are, all of the players, you are Prime Marine Corps Marines, you're Space Marines. You are aboard the Prime Naval Brigade, PNB, Cool Mint. So you have 2 people with you who are actually naval officers, or naval people, okay? So the Navy, the Marines, you guys work together, okay? This is not the first time the PNB or the PMC has arrived. Dolby finds out, oh, there was previously, about 5 years ago, a contingent that came saying the same thing you guys were. It did not go well. at all. There was a lot of murder, death, kill. And this woman, this captain, says, you know, I want to avoid this. Dolby convinces her, you want to avoid this because even if you destroy us, they're just gonna, SSA is still going to sit. It's never going to stop. And so she says, you know what? She capitulates. I'll bring you down. We'll talk to Confucius and we'll actually settle this. So you find out that maybe the coup d'etat, the people in the coup d'etat, don't agree. And that's when pretty much her first mate pulls out his sidearm and blows her head off for mutiny or for treason. So she dies, he takes over the ship and starts attacking you guys. But there's a mutiny going on that ship. All right, fast forward. You have made your claim, your proposal of a deal to Novus Terra. They clearly are not buying it, or at least enough of them aren't buying it to where they're going to attack you. Obviously, there is conflict on Novus Terra. Hey, there's conflict on Novus Terra. And that's when Katrina says, I know what I'll do. Being on the opposite side of this gas giant, on the wrong side of Novus Terra, through the atmosphere, I'm going to hit this gravity drive in one go. Not a straight line. Somehow put us directly above the capital ship rising out of the atmosphere. Again, I love the graphic. And she does it really well. It goes awesome. It's just at that moment, the pissed off RI, Alfred, so Howl 9000, who Dolby does not trust at all because Alfred has lots of secrets that he's been keeping, has told Dolby, hey, look, I'm literally a security operative, SOC, a SOC operative, Security Operation Corps, which of course makes no sense because how would you have a non-sentient being an operative, right? Alfred pops online and says, I'm going to shut down the ship's power as you guys are now in your gravity drive slip thing, and you're all going to die. Unless you do what I tell you to. Now, why would Alfred do this? Alfred would do this because Dolby tells Archangel, who's a master engineer, to put a failsafe onto Alfred to where you guys can burn him out and kill him. So he says, hey, take all that off or else I'm going to murder all of you. And me being an RI, there's a backup of me somewhere else. So you turn him the fuck off. And the way that saves the day is Archangel uses his Theurgy hoodoo dimensional shift stuff, and you all appear exactly where you're supposed to be in the atmosphere. So this is last session. Have I lost everybody? They're gone. I knew this wasn't going to work. Where's Jazzy Cabin?
Oh, well,
this is for them.
They'll catch up, I'm sure.
This is for them.
The computer is as the computer does. I don't know. I can't.
They hit the recap.
Huh?
They hit their recap.
They hit their recap. They hit the recap. This is why I didn't want to do the big recap, because I knew.
I like the big recap. I thought the big recap was great.
I mean, they got, like 99.9% of it.
It's 99.9% of it.
You don't have to do it again.
I'm definitely not going to do it again. I'm not going to recap ever again.
Okay, hold on. So our computer crashed, so I'm back.
I know.
Discord had the balls to be like, "How was your stream?" I was like, "Fuck you, man." Bad.
I got a new computer, an old computer that I might be able to give you guys that could help you.
Okay.
All
I
right,
always get
so
on board with that.
to
Anyhow,
finish
so
this goddamn recap
yes,
of the entire game. All right.
ever.
So you appear in the atmosphere through the hoodoo and through Katrina Thomas's awesome piloting. Boom. You appear above the capital ship, rising out of the atmosphere in Atmo, and you're speeding towards it. The long and the short of it is Dolby's like, "Hey, Skip Trace, shoot a nuke at that motherfucker." Because you guys have 2 nukes. You have 2 tactical nuclear weapons. Skip struggles with this because it's likely going to blow you all up. You guys have shields. They don't, because they're a 200-year-old ship that can't have shields in Atmo. He fires it. Disables the ship. You guys go flying. Katrina, because Andrea wasn't here, knocks her head and knocks herself out. As you guys flip through the atmosphere, flight spinning. So Dolby sticks Wilhelm Vesper, the known Nedic, into the computer, which he melds with it. He's like in the computer. Okay? Saves the day. You guys stabilize. You land somewhere surreptitious, somewhere out of the way. You investigate part of the planet. Turns out the atmosphere is breathable, but eventually it'll make you sick. Has some toxic fumes, which is weird because it's supposed to be really oxygenated. As you're investigating such and such, you decide you're going to go on foot to Novus Terra, the colony itself. And how are you going to cross this desert? Well, you don't have a buggy or anything on the ship, but Wilhelm, aka Vesper, says there's Alfred's chassis that he kept on talking about. Alfred could download himself into an actual automaton. He kept on talking about it. And you guys expected it to be sort of a humanoid thing. And you find out what it is. It's attached to the bottom of the ship. It pretty much takes up about a quarter of the ship's mass. As it unfolds into a short circuit style Johnny 5, 25, about a 20-foot tall robot that has treads instead of legs. And it's a siege machine. It's got a little Predator gun. It's a mini railgun. It's got some other armaments. It's got places for soldiers to actually sit on back and have armor protecting them. And Vesper can pilot it remotely from the ship. That is where we are. Now, NPCs you have with you. Can Jazzy and Max hear me? Is the question.
Yes. Yes,
Okay,
we can
sweet.
hear you.
All right. So NPCs. You've got Dole Engineerian. He's the engineer. I went a little J.K. Rowling on that.
I was like,
He's a specialist. You know, Sirius Black, really? He's a specialist. He is an engineer. He is in a relationship with the pilot, Josh Deargan, who is a second lieutenant. So Josh is technically the
Are we done consuming?
the commander of the boat you're on, but Dolby outranks him, and Dolby is in charge. Okay, so you got Josh Deargan as the pilot, who's really now just working sensors and shields. Dole Engineerian, who is the engineer. You've got William Vesper, who's like bio-melded into your ship, and now this automaton you all are riding. You've got Alice Brick. Now, Alice is a private. She is a sniper, and she's a moon child. Silas, you know this woman. Because
Okay.
on Lunia, when you guys had your mission there, where you had to go take care of the dissidents, she was one of them. And she was trying to snipe you all and kill you. But you guys shot her first.
Can you say her name one more time?
What was her name again?
Alice
Beginning.
Alice Brick.
Okay.
Now, she went back through re-education, and pretty much her last chance before she's really re-educated, big ol' quotes, meaning
Hey.
she's killed. She was put with Dolby because it's essentially a suicide. You guys are part of a suicide squad.
Yay.
All right. You've also got Archangel. Archangel is from a different place. He's wearing this big helmet. He's got these flying wings, these mechanical wings that don't move. He kind of like can phase in and out. Big old hacker guy, but he seems to be on Dolby's friend list. Archangel's in the ship. Dole and Josh are in the ship, watching William Vesper, who's in the ship. You're not even sure if he can get out of the ship. Yeah, and everyone else is in the airlock or just outside of the ship in your space.
I thought you were still restricted.
I'm sorry? What?
Sorry. That was Jazzy talking to me.
Okay. So, where are we going to start? I don't want to metagame. There's a lot of information. Where we're going to start is this. Dolby, you're on the ship. You've just given your commands to Dole and Josh surreptitiously through your hand signals so that Vesper can't tell, because Vesper's not a military person. You assume he doesn't understand the hand signals of whatever. Yeah. Your hand signal's saying, hey, watch Wilhelm Vesper. If he tries anything, fucking murder him. Basically. Treat him, keep him happy, because he's kind of got us by the balls. If he fucks around, chop his head off. They say, okay. And they're all, worried about it. If you want the role play of that, watch the last session. Okay. Archangel's also on the ship. He's in the engineering section. He's tooling about with his work on Alfred, pretty much trying to see if he can talk to Alfred in a way that doesn't screw you all over. He's being very, very, very careful about it. Skip Trace, you're suiting up, we're going to say. So is Burgess. Actually, you guys are outside. That's my bad. Burgess and Skip Trace, you're outside. You're with Alice Brick. Katrina, you're in a bio bed, which is just your cryo tube. And you've got some IVs and shit and like a big bandage on your head. That's what the deal is. Okay? Does everybody understand that? Okay.
Yes.
Katrina, you wake up. It feels like you got knocked out. You're in your cryo bed. You can hear the sounds of, it's not sealed or anything. It's open. You hear the sounds of Dole and Josh talking up the stairs in the cockpit to your right. To your left, you can hear the echoes of marine voices, in the ship's metal hallways and such. You can hear the heavy footfalls of Cherokee Sue, who's coming out of the mess, by the way. Yeah. The action will be on you. What are you doing? As you hear Cherokee Sue coming around the corner.
So Katrina will, start lifting herself out of the bed. Hold her head and say, ow, what the hell? And so actually, you'll in sort of like a cinematic fashion, you'll see her kind of start to get herself up and then sort of like fall back down. Oh, what the hell? I guess we got planet side. Crap, I haven't been in real gravity in a little bit.
Cherokee comes around the corner. Indeed, there is basically Earth gravity here. Pretty much. It's a little bit lighter.
I'm just gonna scoop her out and throw her over my shoulder.
Whoa, what the heck? I can walk! I think.
And I'm gonna like hold you by your waist and like dangle your legs over the ground and then just like let go to see what happens.
Katrina, she'll fall, and because she's been laying in bed the whole time for a while, her legs will probably be a little bit asleep. So she'll hit the ground. Ow! Shit! And she'll actually fall to her knees. Jeez, dude, I would have been better off if you just let me get out of the bed. I'm fine. What are you doing? What?
Can I help now?
No, I can walk. Thank you very much.
Dolby,
Okay.
as you're coming out of the cockpit, or the bridge, if you will, you come down the stairs and you see this display.
Katrina, you're alive? That's great. I'm glad.
Thanks. I'm glad to know I wasn't expected to survive. I guess.
We did our best. I did everything I could to keep you from dying last. Just a few. Just when we landed, there was I guess a spike of some kind, and you hit your head. You're alive now, so you're doing well. Good job. You want to go negotiate some trade deals on the planet with us?
Yeah, sure. We can do that. I should be fine to go. Am I still wearing my armor? I mean, obviously mine is the
No,
helmet.
undressing.
Yeah, we made-
So,
we didn't
where'd my helmet get off to?
You had taken off your helmet for screen time.
No. Okay, so where would it?
Like in Halo,
it would be.
like, why does the Master Chief never wear his helmet?
You gotta see the actor's face.
You got to see the actor's face.
So I probably would have taken it off when I was on the bridge, I guess.
Yeah, it's just been bouncing around up there.
I'm gonna go find my helmet real quick. It should.
I would have carried it back when I carried her to the, because I carried you off the bridge to your bed,
Burgess,
so I
where
would've carried
did
it
you
back.
put the helmet?
You mean Skip Trace? I would have set it right beside her cryo bed.
Your name is Burgess. Shut up. Hold on, I have to go pour.
And
out.
so as
I'll be right back.
Katrina says that, she'll stick her hand back and feel it hit the edge of the helmet, and she'll grab it. Wait, hold on, never mind. I think this is it right here, and she'll flip it around and put it on her. All right, let's go.
Yeah,
I'm good.
we got a vehicle waiting outside. Is your
Hey, Dolby, you hear
yes?
Archangel pop in, unannounced to your comms. Something's happening. I may have hit the wrong button. As you see these lights, you guys are in the cryo bed part. As lights appear on one of the corners, and you see some steam, science fiction steam. I think I may have activated something. Tooling with Alfred.
What's that?
Whoops.
Good something or bad something?
I don't know. It looks like a failsafe. Let me see. I'm reading it as you see something sliding out of the wall. Like Darth Vader style with all this steam coming out and shit. It looks like if you lost too much crew complement, then hey, it's a cryo bed.
Oh, it's like an extra man, and like a video game.
As you see a light appear, Silas is sitting there, asleep in cryosleep, as it starts to thaw.
I remember Silas from
That one time.
that one time.
Yeah, lost that one time.
As Silas, you wake up after about 11 years, because this happened about a year ago. Before they left, you were put in. They were like, "We're gonna ship you out, Silas," and they put you in cryo. This is a fate similar to what happened to Cherokee Zoo.
Funnily enough.
Let's just hope you didn't lose as many brain cells as I did.
Ah, shite.
Yeah, the cryo bed has like stickers from different stations that it's passed around to.
Oh my god.
like the old trunks in the movies when they come off the ships.
Yeah. And ultimately it just says return to sender, which isn't even.
Dolby, you can see on Silas's shoulder or wherever, it says corporal. So Silas was not demoted. All right.
Katrina will actually sort of like take a half step back. So, what? The ship was holding a person in reserve like a freaking droid? What the? I knew the SSA was kind of screwy, but what the heck?
You just, you live and you die. Sometimes you need an extra man.
And Katrina will actually turn her head towards you a little bit and just be like, okay, I guess, and you'll see kind of, I mean, obviously you can't see her face, but she'll kind of like, you can tell she's calculating what she's supposed to say and just decides to be like, all right, never mind, whatever.
Silas, you wake up.
I've worked with them before. I'm gonna get on the radio.
It's been, hold on. It's been 11 years since you have been awake. You likely have cryo sickness, which just means you're like lethargic and all that stuff. Continue.
I'm gonna get on the radio and message Private Brick.
Yeah, sir.
I'm gonna need you to stand down on taking off on this mission. I think we found your replacement. I need you to stand perimeter and guard the ship instead, and maybe assist engineering with the fixing of what you broke. The rear.
As she kind of stammers, yes, sir. I mean, I could be useful in the wide open.
I think we got a sniper available, so I think we're good, compliment wise.
Outside, Skip, Trace, and Burgess. Alice is next to you. As Alice turns to you with this scared look on her face. So you mean I'm being replaced? Another sniper? Yes, sir. I'll be right in.
Alice.
Open comms, or was that just Alice?
It was probably just Alice. Alice, you're fine. I have a surprise cryo sleeper wake up. I'm not gonna murder kill you. I know that Alice is like antsy, so I'm gonna give her some research. I
won't kill you if you come inside.
Don't take the. There's nothing wrong. I just need you to protect the ship. I need somebody that's competent. Here,
she says. She says affirmative. Turns to you, Skip, and through comms, private comms, to you and Burgess, tells you this. Apparently, there's another sniper coming up. I'm guarding the ship.
Did he say who it was?
No.
Well,
someone in cryo.
That's odd. I trust that you can protect the ship. If you don't see a 25-foot mech, you know it's not us.
She chuckles. She will come in. Silas, as you start to wake up, would you like to describe your character?
So Silas is a 6'2" moon native, and he tends to be very calculated. He has been on some previous missions that didn't go too well and has become quite cold because of that. And he's also he checks everything all the time. He has a habit of counting things like items that are in the room, or how many times somebody does a certain action. And he tends to tap his body for certain things. He taps for his rifle. He taps for his
your lockpick thing?
Yeah, my lockpick thing. That's it's a hacking lockpick thing. It's a computer lockpick.
Also, what do you look like?
And Shush. He taps for his sniper rifle, his lockpick, his ammo, and a note from another soldier he had been on a mission with that died, and he has never opened that. And he immediately goes and taps for these things, and says, "Where are my things?"
Let's deal with a couple things first. Do you know the name of this dead comrade?
No.
Okay. We will figure that out at some point. 2, sounds like your guy has some derangements. Which is awesome. So you'll get a narrative point for willfully admitting you have neurodivergencies as a prime Marine Corps Marine who's been through cryo a whole bunch and likely has PTSD to the wazoo. Oh, and it's insane because you're all actually insane. You've been brainwashed.
He might as well have a stim gun.
Super.
Yes.
Sounds like the military.
Now,
It's like, how is this any different?
does your person believe in the propaganda or not is completely up to you. I will caution this. Most Marines, whether they believe it or not, will uphold the propaganda because those that don't get cut in half. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds like
So it's up to you how you do it. What of the 6 derangements on your character sheet do you have any marked? There's specifically one that should be marked. It doesn't need a box ticked, but the idea is you choose how does your person go crazy when they go crazy. So tics, phobia, dissociative. There's 6 of them.
Yeah, I have phobia ticked.
And
Silas,
you have that ticked.
Harry Bunkum gave you a narrative point.
What's up,
And it
Harry
says,
Bunkum?
What up, all?
Oh, indeed. So, of course he did. Indeed. Silas is a name of importance to Harry Bunkum. And myself, actually. Anyway. So, we need to see if... Does Silas actually have OCD? Is Silas actually... Is Silas functional with whatever neurodivergency he has?
Yes, because it's a result of previous missions, like not having enough attentional awareness, and so
Sure.
there's a lot of counting.
Okay.
And so he tends to intentionally scan the room and see what's important, and then he repeats it in his head.
Okay. So the way the mechanic works is it's pretty much all role play. When you lose sanity, so you make a sanity roll when you lose sanity, what you do, you might gain a flaw, which you can use as a trait. They're actually very powerful in that regard. But if you lose sanity hard enough, you tick one of the boxes of your derangements. And the more boxes you have ticked, the more apparent and less control you have of it. Okay? So, for example, I don't have OCD, but let's say I went through a whole bunch of shit and I started losing my shit. The OCD inherent would start becoming more and more apparent. When you get up to 6, you're basically an NPC, so you've got to switch to another derangement. Ergo, people that are truly, truly nutty in this game have lots and lots and lots going on, and a lot of out of their control. That's the idea. Okay. Sounds like Silas has some of this. Let's make a sanity roll to see if you have any derangement box ticked. What this is, it'll be your action die, which is a D10, and your mind aspect die, whatever that is. You're going to roll them, and you need at least 2 successes. So the threshold is 1.
So it's a D10 and a D8. Okay.
So,
hold on.
For the mechanics, on each dice, as a result of 4 to 7 is 1 success. A result of 8 or higher, 2 successes.
Hold on a second. Jazzy took away the other earphone, and I can't hear you.
That's fine.
Oh no!
There's this annoying kid on our block, and he's making a sound that sounds like a yelping dog. So I thought that the dogs outside were in some kind of.
Oh, the kid that throws rocks at our door?
Yes, that kid.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways,
All right.
I'm back.
Back. So a result of 4 to 7 is 1 success on a die. 8 and higher is 2. So roll your dice. Tell me what the numbers are.
I got an 8 and a 4.
Okay, so the 8 gives you 2 successes, the 4 give you 1 successes. That means you have 3.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. The threshold was 1. The idea is this.
Oh yeah.
If you meet the threshold, you go, it's a yes, but situation. You being an actor, understand this. Yes, it's successful, but something unintentional. That's called limbo. If you meet the threshold, it's limbo. If you beat the threshold, you get a clean success. Basically, it's what you intended. If you beat it by 2 or more, you get a narrative point on top of it. And you can spend it now, you can bank it, you can have a maximum of 5 of those. You got 3 successes, the threshold was 1, you beat it by 2, ergo. Clean success, and you get a narrative point.
Hell yeah.
The narrative point is this. It allows the player to change something small about the present. So change something about the narrative however you want. Something small. Like, you see the door open. I'm going to spend a narrative point. The door's locked. The door's locked. Spending a pip does exactly the same thing, just about the past. For example, you could be like, oh, I'm going to pull up my my flamethrower. Do you have it on your sheet? No. I spend a pip. I brought it with me.
Mm-hmm.
So pips change the past. Narrative points change the now. You can also bank them. You can have a maximum of 5, and that's it.
Okay.
Do you want to use your narrative point or not? Totally cool. Either way. The reason you made this roll is because you awakened from cryo sleep after 11 years. This is a long cryo sleep. Nothing is wrong. Clean success. Do you want to modify the situation in some way? Yes or no? You do have the cryo slumber going on, like shit coming out of your nose, and you're like, oh, and you're all fucked up.
Right. No, I don't think I want to change anything right now. I think I'm going to go with the same thing and just say to whoever's around me just once, where are my things? Silas,
you see Burgess standing there, not towering above you, because how tall are you?
6'2".
6'2". Burgess, how tall are you?
I mean Cherokee Sue.
Cherokee Sue, whatever. Everyone's gonna be Burgess.
Oh, you're talking to me.
Yeah,
everybody's Burgess today. Well, so nobody really knows how tall I am, but it seems like I get bigger all the time. And when I go through door frames, I have to duck and turn sideways to get through. No. And it doesn't seem to matter what door frame it is. Yeah. People are just.
We're gonna say, what do be your height, though?
Yeah. What is your height?
Like 7 feet ballpark. Something scary. I don't know. Okay.
So you're taller than me, but not by much.
Yeah, he's definitely tall. Let's find out how tall he is. So you're going to be base of 6 feet, because when I've NPC'd you, you've been 6'5", 7. You've been everything. So base 6 feet, roll a d12, and that's how many inches you get.
Okay.
It's going to be hilarious. And this is for Cherokee.
So when you get 12.
10.
All right, I'm 6'10".
A tall motherfucker. So in this gravity, you're 6'10". Fucking giant ass dude. Silas, you see Cherokee Sue towering over everyone. You see Dolby, who you know. You see Katrina Talmas, who you know if you want. You'll have to bid a trait if you want to know her. And that's it. Action's on you guys.
Harry also gave Silas a pip.
Boom.
Well, so good morning, Silas. It's good to see you. I was not
I'm going to go back. Where are my things?
I presume they're in the casing underneath your bunk. Or I guess.
I go look under. I
There's
gotta
a
look
drawer,
under to find the
you tap
things.
it pulls out, never pull out, and you see all of your things there.
Okay. Before I speak to anyone, I put my rifle back on my back. I put my ammo back on my belt. I put the note back in my pocket. I tap each of these things. And then I say,
You are presently naked.
fucking shit, though.
When he's a pip to not be naked, don't dick to the wind.
So in cryo, everybody's naked in cryo.
Okay.
You have like a
Cool.
skin
So-
suit thing or whatever the fuck it is.
Cool. So I presume my clothes are also in my...
Yep. As
Okay,
is
I'm
your
gonna do
armor.
that first.
As is your armor, assuming you have it.
I have light armor.
Yeah, I would definitely have one. Okay, you get dressed.
Okay. Yes.
You
I-
And all of the things.
Then I do all of those things. And then
Hey, Macarena, sorry.
I look to Dolby and I say, I require updates.
Sure.
Require, that's a good word.
The mission is to go and contact dissidents and try to. Well, honestly, it's not even to contact. Our ultimate mission is to get the spice flowing again. If you understand what my meaning. So we need to reestablish trade with Nova.
Sorry, the brain was taken away again. I can't hear anything.
Yeah, Novus Terra. Exactly.
Yeah, you
what
see,
we need
you
to
see
do.
Silas kind of like, obviously not being able to listen because of the cryo sleep.
We need to suit up and ship out, soldier.
Okay.
Let's do a thing really quick, just since I'm gonna make everybody wait forever and ever and ever and ever and ever.
Hold on just a second.
First, Andrea, get a narrative point. I loved the role play you threw down coming in. Second, as Silas pulls out this note, what's the first name of this person? Now, here's the thing, Silas, you don't get to say. This is going to be a group think.
Ooh.
Now, that means you guys are going to get to decide part of Silas's backstory. Everything about this person, or perhaps whatever could be insinuated. The first name. So everybody think of a name. We're going to go around, chat if you want to throw down a name, a first name of this person. Silas, can you describe the person a little bit?
The person was also from the moon, but they were on from a different part, so I'd never really met them before. We were put on the same squadron for the mission we were on, so we didn't really talk a whole lot. But they had red hair, and they were a frontline infantryman.
All right,
So you
everybody go around.
Is that
Round robin. Names.
No, we'd never met before we were on the same mission.
We'll start with Howl.
Oh, so it's like y'all were from the same place, so they put you together even though you never knew each other.
Yeah.
Got you. It's like when they do that shit in school.
All right, Holger. We go Holger, Andrea, Ken, and then
Waldred.
Drizzle. Waldred.
Are we done?
Good. Next.
Fionin.
Waldred and Fionin.
Aluminum.
Wait, aluminium or aluminum?
Aluminium. Oh yeah, aluminium.
Aluminium Jack.
The super British way, though.
Drizzle.
I'm saying Carter, and Harry Bunkum is saying Corliss.
Corliss. That's a cool name.
I dig it.
Oh, with a K. Corliss. All right. So, let's say those names again really quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jazzy,
That's
you get
my
to say
entry.
one as well.
Ryobi.
Fucking cool name. Ryobi. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Where is Max?
I believe the latrine.
I see. So we will hold on a moment because we're gonna have Max roll a d6, and
Yes, quite. I will
that
assist
will
in this
determine-
matter.
we'll have Max do it.
Oh, I'm just
All right.
pulling up our
I see.
our dice roller.
So it's the order. So 1 is Hulker, 2 is Andrea, 3 is Ken, 4 is Drizzle, 5 is Harry,
Yo,
Bunkum,
Ken.
6 is Jazzy. Okay,
Yep. Hit the d6.
The D6.
Yeah, you're
and that's
randomly
going to
selecting
determine the
first
name.
Cool.
of your.
2.
All right.
Hi, Soka.
So who is it?
What?
What's the name?
Theonin.
Theonin.
I love it.
That's a cool name.
Theonin. All right, let's do the last name.
Oh dear God. What's the
Now we're going to go in reverse.
Oh wow.
So, well, actually, there's a delay for the chat, so it won't be full reverse. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drizzle.
Web.
Ken.
Plinkerton.
Andrea.
Lakshaw.
Hulker.
Hype.
Hi. These actually make a lot of sense in the 400 years future,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
fascist
yeah.
future. It really actually makes a lot of, brewmaster. Jazzy. We're looking for surname.
Tapatilla.
What is it?
Tapatilla. It's like
Tapatilla.
country hot sauce.
My
I
baby
love
got
Tapatilla.
your baby
And
ain't
chat,
sweet like mine.
and chat, do we have a surname for this person? We'll give it a second. What are you guys drinking?
I
Celsius.
got.
We're drinking Topo Chico, and we're
dude.
dealing with a
Topo
puppy
Chico's
battle
good.
over here. Hey,
Topo
sir,
So
if,
yeah.
Topo Chico is so good.
Mm.
if you can't behave,
When Harry,
Goodbye.
Bunkum, and I rolled out here, when we rolled through Texas, we found Topo Chico. I'd never seen it before then. And it was like $1 a Topo Chico.
Oh shit.
damn.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fucking fantastic.
China bought it really cheap in Texas too, and I think that's kind of funny. Sorry, go ahead. I cut somebody off.
No, it's fine.
Harry said
Bunkum.
the last name is Pass. I
Yeah,
think he was
Pass.
saying that he was passing, but we're
Yeah,
gonna
but
just go with Pass.
instead,
Patch is
Max is a good name.
Yeah. I mean, though.
all right. So in the order, so roll a d6.
Okay. 3.
1, 2. All right, it's Andrea again. Okay. Just to complicate things more, Max, you will have one opportunity. You can spend a narrative point to choose one of those
Choose
names.
the name.
Choose the surname.
I'm should. I like this.
All right.
This is funny.
Okay, let's do it. So what's the name? Theonin
Lakshaw.
Lakshaw.
Black.
Leonin.
I love it. I love it. Theonin Lakshaw. As you see, Theonin Lakshaw's, we'll say that
No.
Theonin was a Lance Corporal. So just beneath you, E3. That's correct, right, Jazzy?
Yes, if you're saying that we're just below a sergeant, it'd be like an E3.
You can hear us amongst the barks.
So he was an E3, and you are an E4. Or no, Sergeant's E5, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Depends on the branch. Or well, I'm looking. Lance Corporal in the Marines is E3.
Yeah. Corporal is what? Corporal and Specialist are E4.
Okay.
So, yeah. Anyway. Now that that's over with, outside the ship, you hear Dolby giving orders likely. This is Burgess and Skip Trace as Alice Brick leaves. Dolby, what are you telling them?
Get your gear together. Pack up. Get ready to go. Wheels moving in 5.
What are
Burgess
the
and Burgess and Skip, what are you guys doing? Actions on you.
JK.
I will be because the Johnny 25 has transformed into a tank style. So I will be climbing up. I would get on the front, basically in one of the front seats, so that way I can see stuff when it's coming firsthand. And I will get my gun out and have my gun propped up and ready, aimed, so that way I can just start firing if I need to.
Burgess?
I have a gun, and I'm looking out a window until someone gives me another order.
Are you on the big robot?
Yes.
Yep. So we'll say that Skip, you're on the right side of it. Burgess, you're on the left midsection, or are you on the shoulders, or down below? There's three deals. You can be on the tread, midsection where like the arms are, the top.
Well,
Where the
didn't it
shoulders are.
transform to tank mode?
Oh, did it?
Not.
Yeah, so it's a tank mode.
so it's
Yeah,
tank.
so where are you? Just on top of it?
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay, that's what it is. On the middle of it, you see that mini railgun has shifted over because it's a big fucking transformer. And then I think it had a different gun as well.
Yeah, it had a saw gun, or basically you described it
A
as
Gatling gun.
Personnel.
Gat. Yep. So you have the saw, you got the Rayleigh, the light railgun, and that's what you got. Oh, by the way, Cherokee, I gave you a weapon.
Ooh.
You have a power hammer.
Yes.
It's basically what grunts have in Halo.
I was hoping something that I could smush people with,
Now it
like
does not have-
unnecessary gore.
it. Should I allow it to do all the cool stuff that the Halo hammer does?
I say
Because it has like TK type shit, like you can pull shit. to
You're
you and shit.
asking children if they want the toy to do what the real life thing does. Like, what do you think we're gonna say?
I don't know. Sometimes kids are like, no, don't give me the cool thing. Give me the shitty thing. I want the banana flavor Jolly Ranger. And you're like, what the fuck? I
what
don't
is
know.
wrong with you? No.
Kids fucking weird.
Yeah, I absolutely want to be able to pull things to me and smush
Alright.
things with my hands.
So you have a power hammer, which will hopefully be a foil to Dolby's fucking laser sword.
Good luck with
Maybe.
that.
Good luck with that.
Or we could
Okay.
team up and
Yeah, you
like
could.
fight the entire world with our amazing power
I know, don't
and
even try
indoctrinated
it.
souls.
Bucko.
All right, so your power hammer, power hammer,
Ow.
power. It's gonna have two traits on it. One, so you should write this down. One is
I dropped my pen. It fell between the couch seats.
I'm using an Apple pencil. What did you like? I can't. They tried to grab
One-
my pencil.
one will be powered. So it
Ow.
requires two fuel cells to actually operate. I mean, you can hit somebody with it no matter what, but to actually operate as a power hammer.
It would be
It needs-
similar to driving without power steering.
Yeah. Well, no,
can
because
do that
this
in
is
my
just a
car.
big thing you can hit people with.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I am big and strong. I can still hit
Yeah.
somebody with something heavy.
If it has the fuel cells in it, then it can do the actual other trait, which is, I don't have a good word for this other than telekinesis. I need a better word. What is telekinesis? Snatch?
Snatch.
Yeah, there you go.
Not snatch.
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 Grab.
Vagina. What? Yeah. However you,
Get
what
Biomagnetism.
you want to do.
acquire.
Yes, choir.
What's a good
Borrowed.
sciencey? What's a good borrow? Jesus Christ! What's a good word for snatch?
Take.
Diamagnetism.
Oh, there you go.
Ooh,
What?
that sounds fancy.
Diamagnetism.
Appropriated.
Wait, say it again.
Appropriated.
No, the weird science word.
Diamagnetism.
Dio.
Oh my God!
D with a D.
Everyone, silence. Katrina, say the word.
Diamagnetism.
What the fuck does that mean?
Basically, it's the principle that everything's magnetic if you have a big enough magnet. Essentially, like, have you ever seen the video of them levitating a frog in a magnet?
Nope.
Yeah. So basically, everything is technically magnetic if you have a strong enough magnet. Essentially.
Fuck you.
That's
bullshit.
sick.
All right, so
Nuts. There's truth to that.
no, it's completely obviously it's
I don't
true.
care if it's true or not. I'm still gonna
I love it.
yoink things.
So
Why didn't I say yoink? Yoink is the opposite of eat.
Great, that's awesome. That's no doubt. Crank is the opposite of yoink. Diamagnetism is the other trait. It needs 2 power cells to operate. I keep on rhyming. It's really
All the
good.
I
Timing.
love that for you.
Yeah, you're doing exactly what you should.
Now I'm just trying to rhyme. Okay, you have 2 power cells. It's in there. We'll say that you have 1 power cell as a backup because anyone who uses batteries knows that you never have all of the batteries you need.
No.
Right?
But we
Actually,
do know
fun,
that
you
there's
guys.
a space Walgreens.
Action's on you guys. I'm gonna shut up for like the next hour.
Are we? Are we ready to go?
Oh yeah.
So Katrina's gonna have I'm gonna do a small cutscene real quick while Silas was gathering their gear. Katrina actually sort of surreptitiously turned off her mic, her speaker, and her outgoing comms, and sort of quietly said, "Archangel, I assume you're still listening."
Yeah.
All right. I'm
Why'd you
gonna
turn
send
off?
this information. I'm gonna send you a data packet. I want you to have a look at it, and then you tell me later on why you think I turned it off. And Leah, or not Leah, Katrina will tap a few buttons on her wrist pad and send him the video of crap. Ken, what's your character's name again?
Roger.
Excuse me, what?
Dolby Newman.
It's Burgess, yeah.
It's Burgess!
It's
Anyway-
Burgess.
Anyway, of Dolby
everybody.
cutting the woman down, of Dolby cutting the woman down with the sword.
Yeah. Okay. What do you bid to do this? Because Dolby's standing right there, and while you could potentially do it completely surreptitiously, as you said, Dolby is wily.
What?
So what do you bid to do this surreptitiously?
Quick thinking.
Bidding quick thinking, you tap some stuff on your little Pip-Boy thing and do it. Because I want to complicate everything, and I want you guys to roleplay the entire session in one room and not move at all for 4 hours. Hey, Dolby, you can make a throwdown. This would be a reaction roll. Reaction, it will be wits.
Wit.
I will tell you, the threshold to do this is very high. Or you're distracted by Silas, you're distracted by all that's going on.
I only have 1 success.
Okay, so this is what you get. Since you failed, unless you spend breath, this is what you get.
No,
Did you see what I just did there? Okay.
Yeah.
You fail to notice that Katrina's doing this. However, the thought may arise in your head. as Silas is sitting there, or standing there, putting on his bits and pieces, checking everything. You see him go through all the order. Is it always in a specific order, Silas?
Yeah, it's always rifle, ammo, lockpick, note.
As this happens, you know that Silas is this way. He's very principled. You know that Silas was likely given orders of some sort. And the question may arise. What would Silas think? What would everyone think if they knew the truth? It's just a question. It's a question. It's something Dolby can think about or not. It's just a question that runs through his mind. Silas, here are your orders so that you're aware, and then I'll send you a private message. This mission is Dolby Newman's. He is the commander. It is, you will know, of great importance. It is a off-the-record mission. Ergo, it is Black Ops. It says it's SEC, which means security, SEC 4 clearance to know about, SEC 5 clearance to know the details of, which is, there's, as far as you know, there's only 5 or 6. Nobody knows how high that goes. So Dolby is the authority on this. Now, Silas can think whatever he wants about that. But those were the ideas. You know that his team, you're basically the Dirty Dozen. Like, you guys go and get shit done that nobody can do. It's suicide missions. And you're the fall guys too. But you are actually movers and shakers. It's just, it sucks. So that's your mission. Do what Dolby says. Now, again, do whatever you want to do. You know Dolby. But those are your orders. The orders were given. Fate roll. Okay. Who's fortune? Who's false fortune?
I shall be false fortune.
And I'll do fortune.
Would someone like to tell the chat and everyone here what is a fate roll and how does it work?
A fate roll basically is a roll that we make against the universe. Fortune is
like
something good to happen.
Please hold
in our
Jazzy
favor.
ran away again. I can't hear anything.
False fortune is
Yes, as soon as you go to the kitchen, it's out of range, and you're past the kitchen.
false fortune is something bad happens from the universe. We can usually spend 1 or 2 proficiencies to try and re-roll it, to try to make the good things happen in the world that we want. But it doesn't always go that way.
Good description.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love that. You make a roll against the universe. That's really cool.
I think I like that. It's the best one so far.
Very, very good. We'll continue with it.
I
in
can
a
hear
second.
things.
Oh, you can? Oh, you can hear things.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So, Drizzle, would you like to say that again?
A fate roll is a roll against the universe, where if fortune wins, something happens that helps us and changes the universe into our favor. When false fortune wins, a bad thing in the universe happens. And we have a couple of proficiencies usually that we can roll to try and reverse that, but sometimes bad universe wins.
Okay.
That's spicy. I like it.
Here are the stakes before you roll. Typically, you get 3 chances to roll if you keep on spending proficiencies, but we'll get to that in a second. Here are the stakes. Fortune. The orders came from Lieutenant Calabash. Sarah Calabash, actually. False fortune. They came from Ava Cyrus. So, let's do it. Whose fortune? Okay. Roll that shit.
Can you get that on a shirt?
Roll that shit. That's a good idea.
That's a good one. A DREADLore. Roll that shit. I like that.
Roll.
Yeah,
that
it's got to have like that Shakespearean roll, like
Roll that shit.
Roll that shit.
That's a good idea. I can literally make that. What'd you guys get?
That would be dope.
How are we doing? What's the?
right.
Nijion, 24.
I got a perfect square, 64.
That sounds like false fortune wins, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll spend a proficiency to get him to roll it again.
Right. So, for the chat and Silas, anyone can spend one of your proficiencies, which is a reroll, to make them both reroll. And typically, what this does is, it goes in your favor. And the Arbiter can stop it after 3. All right. Roll it again. Drum roll.
I got a 9.
Oh my gosh! I thought for sure I lost. I got a 10. What the heck?
All right.
I know.
So, on a close
What did you
roll
just
like
eat?
that, on a close roll like that,
What the
I'll
heck?
give you guys some narrative control in this. Lieutenant Calabash, back in Apollonia Station. This is before you got cryo froze, Silas.
Mhm.
You were talking to Sarah Calabash. She's straightforward, tough, a hard-hitting, commanding officer who knows when to push and when to pull her punches. Very, very capable person. It looks like she's probably in her 30s, but from all the cryo sleep and stuff, who knows how old she could be. Everybody is like fucking ancient because of that. She's sitting there and she's sort of fondly talking about Dolby like he's an idiot, but he gets the job done. She turns to you and she gives you the mission. She says, listen, you're going to be in cryo a long time. And if they don't make it, she just kind of, the ellipsis. Are you sure you want to go on this mission?
Is it what's best for the mission?
We need someone who is dependable. Dolby will get the job done. Sometimes he needs an anchor.
Then I'll go.
As you're sitting there looking at her, you have the opportunity to bid a trait to gain any kind of knowledge that you might want to get. To give you a sense of the scene, you're in an office. It's on a space station that spins, so there is artificial gravity. So no one has to use their magnetic boots, although you have it on. You're not in armor. You're in fatigues and stuff that like Marines might walk around in. Computers and think of the Matrix is going on. Her sleeping quarters are that way. She's got a pretty big office. She's a first lieutenant, but this office is bigger than a first lieutenant should have. As she kind of pauses a second and turns. You can bid a trade if you want to do or change the narrative or to gain information. It's up to you.
Can I bid my checking flaw? Because that applies to anything that is numbered or is patterned in any way.
Sure.
Like if she tends to move a certain way, a certain number of
Like a
times,
fencing
I'll notice
upper
it. Yeah.
So what you're trying to do by gaining that is what?
I want to know where she feels this mission is going to go, because she doesn't She's giving it to me like she sounds not hopeful, but I'm not getting a sense of, like, is she trying to prepare me for the worst because she just wants to read me in, or if she's like, dude, you're gonna die.
As you bid, what's the actual trait?
Checking.
Checking. So you bid checking. Looking around, seeing patterns and such. You can pretty much see through it. You don't have a choice. We're already in game.
You're already there.
However, you realize, looking at her face and whatnot, she's seeing, do you understand what's happening? You don't have a choice. You're gonna go. She's asking you, though, because she's polite. And she's good at it, you realize. She probably does actually have sympathy. You were a part of Whisper Base, and you weren't demoted. You weren't reprogrammed. She doesn't really know how you got out of that. Somehow you did. To get what you want, she thinks you can accomplish the mission.
Okay.
Last bit of information. You realize Calabash doesn't know everything, and she is not happy about it. There's something to this mission she doesn't know. It's above her pay grade. Literally. And she kind of feels bad. Because she doesn't know what it is. So there's that gravitas of, yo, this is a suicide mission. As she slowly turns away from you, eyes lingering a little too long, she types in a few things, hits the big red button of, she said yes, boop, or he said yes, boop. As she turns back, well, you're all good. Anything you want to take with you?
My sniper rifle, my ammo, my lockpick, and my note. And my clothes, preferably.
Anything else?
No.
Do you have any questions, Corporal?
No, but I have a comment.
Go ahead.
It's been an honor working with you.
She
I want to
smiles.
convey that I understand.
What do you bid?
Shit. Good question. Can I bid my military background?
Yeah. If
Okay,
it makes sense,
do that
yes.
then. Yeah.
How does that play into the scene? How does it communicate your intent?
I want to let her know that I fully intend to carry out the mission, but I know what this is. And she doesn't have to say it.
How does that look on a movie?
I don't know.
So is this like a knowing look, the kind of thing?
Yeah.
Like it's like you can see through all of the red tape because you've been doing this
I would
and
shake
that?
her hand and
You
look
shake
at
her hand. You walk up, you shake her hand. She is sort of taken aback for a moment. She shakes your hand. You are way bigger than she is, by the way. She's like 5'8".
I know.
As you're looking down, 6'2", looking at her. Be well. You know Dolby. You know the team. You know Burgess. I'm not sure. Watch Burgess. His psychoanalysis is. Skip Trace will be there.
I watched Burgess before the psychoanalysis.
We're gonna send you someone else. With you, someone else. Alice Brick. She was one of the dissidents. You shot, actually. Or Katrina shot, I can't remember which one. Good girl. I think she could be a fine asset if she could get on board and be around people, Zens, who know how to think. Good luck, Corporal, as she turns. In the future, which is the now, Dolby, you turn, you notice, or you don't notice, Katrina doing what she's doing on her Pip-Boy. You're all standing there in the cryobeds, sort of chamber. Action's on you. Archangel has not responded yet, Katrina. Go ahead.
All right, 5 minutes, guys. Let's get out of here.
So I'm
Yeah,
gonna follow
Katrina
Dolby,
goes in-
obviously.
Pack up what you need for maybe a couple of days. Pack up some rations. Make sure, and I gather rations for Burgess and Skip. We should be out for a few days. Hopefully, not too much longer.
Lieutenant Dolby,
Yes. What's going on, Burgess?
what if we encounter alien wildlife? How should we engage?
Don't eat it.
How will I know it's not food?
What if they're cute and have large round eyes? And
Also,
brightly
don't
colored fur?
eat that.
We'll establish a perimeter, and if anything moves within that perimeter and looks hostile, we'll engage.
Burgess, to answer your question, the golden rule is if it's friend shaped, it is clearly friend.
I think our short-term goal is to make some allies. So let's ask questions first and shoot later.
Yes, sir.
Katrina will actually mutter under her breath, "Yeah, that sounds about right." Katrina will go and grab her assault rifle and sling it over her shoulder and all that good stuff.
I hope to sneak into the city, make a contact, find a bar somewhere, engage, see what the lay of the land is, see what people are talking about.
What up, Crunchy?
Life goals.
And we montage. So, this is a time where you don't need a bid. What do? You can role play, and you just get shit done.
Okay, so whether or not it makes Dolby comfortable, I still have like the feeling that I'm still like his sidekick, like from the old days. So like I just kind of follow him around. I'm just always ready. Like I have all my shit on me. I'm just like, okie dokie. So wherever he's going, I'm just kind of like a couple of steps behind.
That's
What's
good.
hilarious is no one knows the why, but this 6'10" Marine is constantly behind Dolby. So anytime he says anything, there's this of oh fuck,
Cool grog.
and the reality being he's like, I love you, Dolby.
I just pat him on the head sometimes so nobody's around.
When Cherokee Suit pats me on the head, I just kind of like nuzzle in a little bit. Nobody's looking. Nobody's looking.
You
This is just our special moment.
you pick up his flask when he drunkenly drops it.
Yeah, I put his flask back in his pocket for him, and he drops it on me like
The only human contact that I've had, probably for decades. That isn't.
And I would assume, as large as I am, I would be warm. Like, so you're getting a good nuzzle on.
All right, well, you both get a narrative point. Katrina, yes.
Katrina, when she gets to the tank thingy, she'll kind of look over it. This thing was attached to the ship, and she'll sort of look back at the ship and like sort of do that where she's trying to puzzle piece in where this thing went on the ship.
Katrina, you go on.
You see, like literally underside of the ship is a big basic hole because that's where it was. and it dropped down.
And she was like, just like, sort of flabbergasted, is like, this is not standard equipment.
Katrina, you don't need a bid since it's the montage, and you've proven that you have lots of spatial genius. How is it that you put this together? Because you do. You see how it works. So how does it work?
You mean like mechanically?
Yep.
I don't quite have the full image of the ship in my head, but it's sort of you can see where part of the treads in the front locked in on the undercarriage of the ship, and sort of has like a fold down mechanism where it, folds up flat-ish against the bottom of the ship and sort of looks like it's the rest of the ship. And it's very sneaky in that way. Like you wouldn't expect there to be a freaking annihilation death machine on the bottom of the ship, but there was.
Yep. As you're looking at it for a few minutes, let's say, and you kind of sort of, you see, this tank can transform into something else. Maybe the thought is, one, where the fuck did that come from? Because you haven't seen that technology. Two, what else can it transform into? Because you haven't seen it. Three, what the fuck?
Yeah. Well, Katrina's kind of going over in her mind is like, why would this thing be equipped with a railgun that's not usable as part of the rest of the ship? Because that'd be something that's useful, when you're fighting in space, for sure. So it's like Katrina's thinking, this is not something that's meant to assist the ship. This is something that's meant to be a fail-safe, basically.
So this is all montage. It's all up to you guys to discuss if you want. Katrina, you see that? Hey, subscriber, Katen3D, Katened, is a subscriber that gave us a heart. Found y'all on TikTok. What? I have a feeling that might be a Max Jazzy thing.
Thanks.
Subscribe
That's
to
actually working.
Too. What?
What the hell?
Okay,
Hell
how do I pronounce that? Is it Katen Ed? Katen3ed?
ED, I would be the E.
Katen 3D.
Katen3D. Hey, thank you so much. Everybody say thanks to Katen. Kate.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Did you-
Thanks.
3D.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
8 and 3D.
Katen3D. Katen3D.
We're old.
man.
You can tell we're all above 30.
That's so dope.
Dude, that's awesome. Thank you very much for subscribing. That's really, really cool. So we have to do something for
Absolutely.
Katen3D. What do we do? I mean, I'd say like happy birthday, but that's not what we do.
Give them access to the Discord.
We can give them access. Do you want access to the Discord? The Discord.
Ooh.
And well, everybody has access to the Discord if they go to the DreadLore.com. DreadLore.com. However, we can give you a role. We should all do the wave. Do the wave. We'll start with. How do we start?
You got to start with
I
Andrew.
don't know.
So
I don't think we're in
Andrea,
the same
then
order.
Holker, then the Max and Jazzy, then me, then Ken. This is really not going to work.
No, it's got to go Andrea, me, Hulker, Max, and
Oh,
Cabbage.
right, because it's on the thing, right? Not what I'm looking at. Okay, so
You
Okay,
and
Andrea, Ken, Hulker, Drizzle, me, Max, Jazz. Okay.
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 Here we go. We got this.
3, 2, 1. Woo! No?
I'm
Nobody else is
waiting.
gonna do it?
No, you doing?
Oh no!
Are you freaking kidding me?
Okay, Andrea is first. After that is Ken. Okay.
It's going so well.
After Ken is Hulker. Hulker, you
but
go
the thing
after
is-
Ken.
The thing is Andrea needs to update her phone. So there's no movement. Like,
Yeah. You go.
Andrea, do it really
3 seconds
slowly.
later.
Andrea, do it really slowly.
Do it really
Ken will do it. Hulker, you go after Ken.
because if she
Drizzle is
doesn't
after Hulker.
update her phone, if she updates her phone, she's always sideways.
Okay, here's the thing. I don't actually see Drizzle's photo or video at all. It's just dots. So I'll have to guess.
I see
And
everyone.
then
I see
match
everybody
Jazz,
just
okay?
fine. All right, Andrea, go.
Do it.
Here we go. We
Slowly,
got this.
really
Two.
slow.
One.
Da-na-na-na-na.
Just one day, it's gonna happen. It might happen.
Believe
She might have doing it.
We believe in you. We believe in you.
Okay, Ken.
The anticipation.
Ken, I will tell you. I'll tell you when. Okay.
All right,
And I'll
yeah.
tell you when. So Andrea, do your 3, 2, 1, go.
2, 1.
Ken, do it now.
Oh,
Do it.
okay.
Yeah, we're just doing it.
Drizzle.
Okay, here it goes.
Me.
I'm early. So much
Let's see
pressure.
if it worked. Let's see if it worked. Holy shit, it's actually kind of working. Did it work? Oh no, it's almost. Yeah, it basically worked.
What we want you to know in the root of this that we care.
It's so good.
We try.
Yes, and thank you for the follow.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you
Yeah,
so
thanks
much.
for-
It is both wave and participle.
Kate says the hair flip was hout.
Out.
Was
You gotta
hout.
give it that. Women do be carrying an evening
you
bag.
should
Kate,
show this
Greedy,
to
give
Luke.
it a tear.
I think everybody
Of
should.
course.
Blue Monsoon.
Everybody needs to salute Kate.
Dude, Kate
With
just
our-
threw down all kinds of subs to like everybody.
Yeah.
What?
Good.
Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah,
Everybody-
Kate. Thanks for joining the party and fucking bringing the
Bring in
sauce.
the rain, baby. Bring in fucking
I
rain.
misplaced my character sheet in the ruckus.
It's right here.
Well, all right.
Can you
all
tell
right.
who's been a stage manager?
Yes.
Ah,
You know, by the way, we're just doing the break right now, by the way. Film Freeway,
funny.
I've been using it. Our short film Nocturne, wherein Jazzy was camera operator and Max was several different things. Scripty, as well as what is it? Is it Key PA? Is that what it's called? I don't know what that's called.
Drip? I don't know.
No, it's where you're like the head of the hey, get shit done.
Yeah, I think our
Yes,
director.
you handle the minions.
Assistant
Yeah,
director.
you handled the shit. We had Drizzle on the audio, on the boom, and all kinds of stuff.
This is like.
I love that video of you just holding the boom, like
Dude.
just ready, and nobody's
Ready.
over there.
We're all looking like
ready.
the other way. Like you were fucking set.
Ready, just kicking ass. Anyway, Couchfire Media made the poster, which is fucking sexy as shit. It looks great. And we're starting to submit to film festivals. So if you have actual film festivals that would, suggestions, let me know, and I will submit to them.
I actually do have one for you. The deadline isn't until June.
Oh, that's for. Are you talking about for
I
UC?
think that's fair.
It's an outside.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, I've got a
Check it
flyer
out.
I'll send you. Just don't let me forget.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of it. I have the flyer.
It's all good. It's all good. But we're gonna do all that bullshit.
Flyer. I got the flyer. It's in.
Kate in 3D says I got paid Friday. Money.
Solid. Mad
Dead
money.
Center OKC Film Fest.
Please don't
Dude.
pay your bill money. Please don't
Wait.
use your bill money. It's for us.
Are you serious?
Thank you.
Dead.
Never.
What is Dead Center in OKC? Is that a
It's a
film festival?
Film festival. Yeah.
Oklahoma
Oh.
City.
Oh, fuck.
Hell yeah!
Oh, that's dope.
Dead Center. Oh, I love it. OKC. Hell yeah, dude. It's in a film
And
festival.
we could
Fuck
probably
yeah.
get into the LOL Film Festival again.
Yes, Oklahoma City. Fuck yeah.
Wow.
Throw down. We will throw down.
Okay.
I mean,
know
we're
we
still
will
close
Oklahoma
enough.
City. I've mostly spent time driving from Kentucky to Los Angeles and back in Oklahoma City, and had a great time. You go to meet people there, and like they'll talk to you, and it doesn't matter how inebriated you get. outside that hotel room.
At you rock and roll.
At the near hotel room bar, like people are super chill. So that is my experience.
I have a couple questions. One, what are you guys drinking?
Bourbon.
Bourbon? What kind of bourbon?
Topo Chico. I didn't want to go too hard because
Topo Chico?
I have a day job.
Chat, what are you guys drinking? Andrea and Drizzle and
Yes.
Holker.
I've got
We have to be careful on TikTok about our drinks.
25
I'm
days of haze.
drinking Celsius.
Tea.
Oh, you're drinking
So we're-
Cincinnati.
We're drinking non-alcoholic bourbon.
Non-alcoholic bourbon.
Yeah, because TikTok doesn't like alcohol, so.
I can't hear you.
Yeah, these
That's part of the allure. They can only hear
Oh,
us,
indeed.
and then periodically I mute it and I tell them to go to Twitch.
Yeah, essentially, we're just rounding people to you guys. Like,
Ken Howl being the ultimate troll. It just shows them what's going on. He's like, really? Is this how you're gaming the system? There we go.
No,
This is the bad. Penis. I know what's up.
Cocksucker motherfucker ass titties cunt shit.
Penis.
God damn it.
Penis. Okay.
You can say that stuff
serious-
on Twitter. I just can't say the I word or the.
There's like 3 or 4 words. Anyway, we're going
There
to
are
get
words.
to a point before we actually break. And it is this.
Oh yeah.
You all get into your armor. Okay? So your armor
Okay.
gives you plot armor. You get your instruments of destruction. Boom. You get whatever ninja gear, aka equipment, you want. You all come outside of the airlock. This planet has, or planetoid, has basically Earth gravity, a little bit lighter. Hulker,
yeah.
what does that mean?
It's more or less Venus.
Basically like
It's-
Venus.
It's like it's like Earth gravity plus Ozempic.
So Zimbic?
What does that mean? What's
What?
Ozempic? Is that a
It's the weight
drug?
loss drug everyone's on for some
Okay.
reason.
Actual sponsors. Anyway, so plus that, there's a I was gonna say there's something in your step, something spry in your step. That's not it. You guys
A
have been
spring in your
weightless.
step.
A spring. Thank you. Thank you. It is heavy feeling. Those of you that are dusters, you're from planets. It feels like you haven't worked out in a long time. You're a person who worked out who hasn't worked out in a long time. Something good, something tiring. Those of you that are from Lunia or you're from space, man, you're on a planet. It's drawing you in.
So you're getting
atmosphere
crumbled like
is-
a paper ball.
The atmosphere is very oxygenated. Shit burns here. It's kind of bluish violet. Think of the painted desert everywhere. There's kind of this black silt on the ground. Seems unnatural. Like it never rains, and this ink has spilled or splattered across the terrain here and there. Something has happened here. You're not really sure what. Dolby has told you something about the atmosphere. Dolby, what'd you say?
Well, I just said it was oxygenated and toxic.
There's something toxic about it. You can see on your readout, on your HUD, on your heads-up display.
Hang on.
Do I know how to?
You can breathe it
Sorry.
for a little while. I mean, I took my helmet off. It's not so bad outside.
This is what it's like. Have you guys?
Well, I was
been-
saying, can I read my HUD? Like I've lost a
Absolutely.
few points here. Okay,
Absolutely.
I know what's going on. Cool.
What you realize is this: it's kind of like when someone's spray painting inside, or you're in a parking garage 2 or 3 stories below. There's this chemical smell in the atmosphere. You can breathe it for a while, but eventually it'll get you high. Eventually it'll get you sick, And as you see in the readout, it won't necessarily kill you, but it's not good for you. It'll take a long time. You could actually take your helmet off. It'll just smell like chemicals. This is unnatural. Something has happened on the planet, or at least where you are. In the sky, you see two suns. They're distant. One of them is blue. This is the blue star that's in the sky. It's the young star. It's the most distant, although it's the brightest. What seems further away, but in reality is closer, is the brown dwarf, and that's providing the heat that you're around. So you see them in the sky like two eyes, like one maybe like half cocked at you. You guys get onto this tank and start driving off. A blue light emanating from the console that Dolby is talking to. This is the interface between Dolby and your ship, which is actually run by Wilhelm Vesper. As you tear ass through the desert, dust going off, you're heading toward, you see a little holographic display, toward the colony, this fortress walled city. Here and there, Wilhelm Vesper updates with his sensors. He's not trying the colony doesn't know where you are. He's not trying to make like active sensor sweeps. It's all passive. There are a few guns on the walls. You guys are all Marines. It's the montage, so you don't need a bid. Question, why would a colony, a mining colony, that's quote unquote off the beaten path, have walled guns? As you move through, you start seeing tank tread, big divots in the ground, because it doesn't rain here. Or if it does, it's very, very seldom. Off to the horizon, to the left, we'll say, who has good eyes? Silas. Sniper. You notice some wreckage. Off to the right, you see some more wreckage. You haven't crossed into this battlefield, an old battlefield. Actions on you, what do you say?
I turn to Dolby and I say, we are moving through some wreckage. I think something not great has happened here. We need to approach with caution.
There was
strongly recommend we approach with caution.
There's a civil war that happened here a couple of years back, where they overthrew the government. I'll radio to Wilhelm. Perhaps we should slow our roll and start to do a little more strategic assessment of our situation. So why don't we and I see a building or a mountain or some kind of evidence of something in front of us that we can kind of like park behind and not be seen by these guns.
Sure. You're nowhere near the colony. You're 500 miles away.
Yeah, okay, cool. So the battle was out here. Well, that's good to know. Yeah, it's entirely possible that there are scavengers or somebody who has more information about intel on the ground around here. Maybe we should pause for a second and assess to see if there's any life out
I think we've lost comms.
As you hear an affirmative, and this is when we're going to take a break. Good time. Hey, Kate in 3D. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Throwing the fuck down, dude.
Absolutely.
You're on the edge of your seat. We're going to be back in 10 minutes. Kate.
10 minutes.
And the other viewers who are lurking, because we got some viewers hanging out. Hey, listen, if you're here because of Jazzy Cabbage and Max, thank you guys very much for hitting up our stream.
Thank you.
We
so
have got
much
to
for
take a
making
break because we
this.
got to pee. We got to get some more bourbon. Alone with your thoughts in 10 minutes. Now, you're going to have some badass music from all lowercase letters is what you're going to have.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Super.
But yeah,
Get excited.
we
for
will be
some
back
content
very,
after the
very
break.
soon.
Thanks everyone for participating in DreadLore. It's not Dungeons and Dragons. We are playing a role-playing game called Into Space. We're live at exactly 7 p.m. Not 1 second later than 7 p.m. Eastern time.
Never once.
Never are we on at 7:25, 7:30, 7:45. It never happens. Into Space is the game we're playing in the realm of the DreadLore core book, which can be found at our link tree /DreadLore. That's DREADLOR.
handbook.
Thanks to our
Hold on.
cast and Arbiter Bill
Hello.
Bunkum, Ken Howl, Daniel Hulker, Drizzle, Andrea
We take
Elliott-Johnson, and Jazzy Cabbage, as well as our special guest tonight, Max. Scored by all lowercase letters and Mr. Interrupt, as well as super duper thanks to all our Patreons, Tim Roberts, Daniel Hulker, Nostalgic, and Natalia Cline. Tune in Thursdays for our Geeky Gamer podcast on YouTube, as well as art and media production by couchfiremedia.com. Story elements and book and all sorts of heady mental stuff by Trois Replay Productions. Subscribe today, soldier. Subscribe and become a citizen. We'll be back in 10 minutes.